sign for peace. 5:30 a.m., July 16, 1945, the desert of New Mexico. From a single gram of matter, man releases the explosive energy of 20,000 tons of TNT. Dawn of the atomic age. a.m., August 6, 1945, Hiroshima, Japan. A city dies as an age is born. One bomb from one plane, and life becomes death. One bomb from one plane, and Hiroshima is wasteland. One bomb from one plane, and 78,000 human beings perish. Three days later, one more bomb on Nagasaki, and 24,000 more die. Two bombs, and World War II is over. Allied ships sail into Tokyo Bay, the goal toward which they set their course 44 months earlier, after the attack on Pearl Harbor. To the 163 amphibious landings that were made in the Pacific, a final token one is added. The 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines, originally wiped out at Bataan and Corregidor, reconstituted, goes ashore to test whether the Japanese will resist on their own soil, whether peace has really come. There is no resistance. The Empire of Japan surrenders fully, completely. The Allies are spared 1 million casualties. Liberated prisoners of war, the first fruits of victory, the immediate prize of peace. 23,000 Allied soldiers, sailors, Marines are freed from camps throughout Japan. Some have been captive since the fall of Manila and Singapore in 1942. Many who survive are near the limits of mental and physical endurance. For the living, liberation and relief, and return to home, return to life. For the dead, to all who died in strange lands, under foreign skies, warrior rest, thy task is done. The Navy's hospital ships receive the sick, the worn, the weary. Benevolence for those who have waited, those who have suffered. Ships of the United States Navy converge. The Allied Armada gathers. Britain's Royal Navy ends the long, long odyssey from Dunkirk on the English Channel to victory in the Bay of Tokyo. Japanese pilots guide the Allied ships into harbor, past the shattered symbols of aggression, past the junk and debris that was once the magnificent Imperial Japanese Navy. For the island empire, The dream of conquest died with the death of the Imperial fleet. From the battleship Missouri, the word was flashed. Ceasefire, ceasefire. The war is over. From the Missouri went Admiral Halsey's message to the fleet. Well done. Now, on September 2nd, 1945, the final act of World War II is staged on her decks. The formal surrender of the Japanese Empire to the Allied powers. On behalf of 9 allied nations, China, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, France, the Netherlands, New Zealand, the Soviet Union, and the United States, General of the Army MacArthur directs the Japanese to sign the instrument of surrender. Foreign Minister Shigemitsu signs for Emperor Hirohito and the government of Japan. General Umezu for the Imperial General Staff. From a Manchurian prison camp, General Wainwright, captured on Corregidor, and General Percival, captured at Singapore, have come to take a place of honor with General MacArthur, who signs for the Allied powers. Admiral Nimitz for the Armed Forces of the United States. One condition, and only one, is allowed by the Allies in Japan's unconditional surrender. Emperor Hirohito remains, and to his subjects he proclaims a new day, a future day wherein men, not armies, men, not navies, men, not air forces, men, not despots, will determine their own destiny, set their own course. And so comes the occupation. But the occupation will go. In Europe, throughout the world, the sound of guns has ceased. But the sound of mourning continues and will continue. Innocent victims of war do not forget. And let none forget. The brand of tyranny and oppression will forever scar the conscience of mankind. fight to liberate, President Roosevelt said of the Allied armies. At Buchenwald and Dachau, at Belsen and Auschwitz, the locks were broken, the barriers fell. In the concentration camps, in the slave labor depots, men inflicted their greatest indignity on man. But now he is free. Man vilified, man broken. This is society at its blackest depth. The human cost that no statistics can even suggest. No words describe. To the broken in spirit, the words victory and peace have lost their meaning. But for all the rest, the words mean life and liberty and home. For the troops in Europe, earmarked for further combat in the Pacific, the bomb that burst over Hiroshima has one single surpassing meaning. Home. Home again. In the Pacific, where war began for the United States and ceased for the world, the voyage home is called the Magic Carpet Run. And nothing out of the Arabian Nights is more magical for these battle-weary sailors than the prospect ahead. They're going home. Of any convoy, the hours that drag, the interminable days. But now the undercurrent of chill and foreboding, of hostile shores and coming combat is gone. Now the ships that were built to kill and destroy become floating playgrounds, where the dirty job of war is over, and cares are cast aside. One for all seas, all ships, was sung long ago by Walt Whitman. Flaunt out, O sea, your separate flag of nations. Flaunt out visible as ever the various ship signals. But reserve especially for yourself and for the soul of man, one flag above all the rest. A spiritual woven signal for all nations, emblem of man elate above death. Token of all brave captains and all intrepid sailors and mates, and all that went down doing their duty. Reminiscent of them, twined from all intrepid captains, young or old, a pennant universal, subtly waving all time, for all brave sailors, all seas, all ships. Of both coasts, along the west coast, along the east coast, the ships that sailed away to war and death bring back their millions to peace and life. To these men, free men, owe their victory on land, their victory in the air, their victory at sea. come, each in search of his own design for peace, his own pattern for the future. But first, in all the Allied lands, in all the Allied world, one last parade. The parade of all who marched out together to meet the challenge of tyranny, and who, together, conquered it. Free world, on its march toward tomorrow, takes with it the moral that Winston Churchill derived from the struggle that is past. In war, resolution. In defeat, defiance. In victory, magnanimity. In peace, goodwill. Guam in the Marianas. Guam in the late 1930s. Guam in the twilight of peace. A languorous island where native Chamorros pursue their placid, age-old ways. This is United States territory in the far Pacific, heritage of the 1898 war with Spain. Half-forgotten stepchild among America's overseas possessions. Under the guardianship of the United States Navy, life has remained serene, unruffled. But the pattern of history is changing, and naval authorities on Guam plead in vain with Congress to fortify the strategic island while time remains. Peace is but a mask behind which lurks the ugly face of war. Already Japanese bayonets cast lengthening shadows on Guam and on its people. American garrison on Guam. Only a few hundred Marines. A fact duly noted 1,600 miles to the north in Tokyo, where the warlords of Japan convene to plot the means by which they will hammer out the greater East Asia co-prosperity sphere, to the greater glory of the Emperor. The geographic names which the militarists weigh in their deliberations are heavy with coming history. Pearl Harbor and the Philippines, Borneo and Hong Kong, Malaya and Singapore. But there is another, lesser-known name to be integrated into the plan, and that name is Guam. Guam, the American pillbox without guns in the Marianas. Saipan, Tinian, Rota are Japanese. Southernmost is Guam, and Guam is doomed. On the entire island, there is no defensive weapon larger than a .30 caliber machine gun. The hopelessly outnumbered Marines face 5,000 fully equipped Japanese landing troops. December 10th, 1941. Guam is overwhelmed. Guam is now Japanese. But the sun has set for the Chamorros, and during the long night ahead, Guam is forced to muster with Saipan and Tinian, and the three islands form a cluster of death traps across the path leading north to Japan, west to the Philippines. With every passing month of occupation, the Japanese impose increasingly harsh restrictions on Guam and its people, using every device of pressure and propaganda to integrate forever the island into their empire. For 2.5 years, Guam waits, secured and beyond reach within the Japanese wall of water and steel. But in June 1944, incredibly, miraculously, powerful United States naval forces appear off the Marianas as the Allies, on the other side of the world, storm ashore at Normandy. The ebb tide has given way to the flow. Now it is the Americans who bear down on Guam in overwhelming strength. Now it is the Japanese who are doomed. Under Admiral Spruance, ships of the United States Fifth Fleet have brought 100,000 troops and 250,000 sailors to the Marianas. Saipan is the first target. Saipan, headquarters of Japan's Central Pacific Fleet, commanded by Admiral Nagumo, the same Nagumo who smashed Pearl Harbor. Saipan, whose loss rings from the Emperor's supreme naval advisor the anguished cry, "Hell is upon us." Saipan and on Tinian, on Guam, the assault troops inch forward against suicidal Japanese resistance. And while soldiers and Marines struggle for each yard of earth, far to the west, many leagues seaward, another battle is shaping. A Japanese carrier force from bases in the Philippines sets out to crush the American landings. But the approach of the Japanese fleet has been spotted by American submarines, its position betrayed, its course plotted. The Japanese pilots, most of them young and inexperienced, are marked for death before they start. The Americans are waiting. The Americans are armed. The Americans are prepared. American carrier planes are brilliantly deployed to meet the oncoming Japanese. The ensuing battle is a slaughter, a rout, a turkey shoot. Single day's bag of the air war anywhere, on any front. 400 Japanese planes butchered for a loss of 26 Americans. 3 carriers, 2 tankers are also sunk. The back of Japanese naval aviation is permanently broken in the Battle of the Philippine Sea. With the Imperial Japanese Navy beaten off, the troops, under Marine General Holland Smith, commander of the 5th Amphibious Force, set their sights for the grueling conquest of the Marianas. Against the Americans, the Japanese have pitted units of their crack Manchurian army. The Japanese resist. The Japanese die. The Japanese do not surrender. Japanese fall in the battle for Guam. Last-ditch defenders are blasted from caves or commit suicide by leaping to death. Agana, Guam's battered capital, liberated by the blood and sacrifice of young Americans. The battle is over. The mopping up goes on for months before the last Japanese soldier is ferreted from his hiding place. And the people of Guam, the Chamorros, down from the hills they come. Out of Japanese concentration camps they come. The weary and the frightened, the sick and the feeble. All are welcomed and helped by the American soldier, who cheerfully abandons the savagery of battle for what is truly in his heart, in his nature. Sympathy, kindness, compassion. The ordeal of survival is over. The shadow of perpetual fear is gone. The nightmare of battle has ended. Peace has come again to Guam, to the Marianas, and arising from the ashes, new life. America has gone deep into the life of Guam, deep into the hearts of the Chamorros. All through the Japanese occupation, their loyalty never wavered. They knew the Americans would come back one day. The Americans have come. The day has come. And Guam, in its gratitude, does not forget. Liberty has its price, freedom its cost. But the work of war must still be done on Guam. Deep inside the boundaries of the Japanese Empire, 1,000 miles forward from the last conquered base at Eniwetok, naval construction battalions, the Seabees, with Marine and Army engineers, take over from those whose job it was to destroy. Destruction gives way to construction, as fruits of American industry and the know-how of her men transform tropical Guam into a generator for victory in the Pacific. Once $5 million was too much to spend improving it. Now, 280 millions are dumped without question to fit it for the staggering traffic of cargo and equipment that comes surging in, transforming the island into the most potent advanced base anywhere in the world. Guam becomes the Pacific supermarket, where the tools of war are stocked. From Guam, Admiral Nimitz directs the naval strategy for the final phase of war in the Far East. Pearl Harbor, the traditional headquarters of the United States Pacific Fleet, is now a remote rear area. But Nimitz's new base is equidistant from two major Allied objectives. Tokyo, 1,600 miles north. Manila, 1,500 miles west. Everything needed to conquer the one and liberate the other has been furnished in abundance, and overabundance, and superabundance by workers and factories 10,000 miles back across the vast reaches of the Pacific in continental United States. But here it all is. Detroit is here, and Birmingham is here. Pittsburgh is here, and so is Seattle. The wealth of American skill and American labor is stored and stacked and ready here on Guam, here in the Marianas. basis for operations against Japanese sea communications and for long-range air attacks against Japan itself. That is what Nimitz's strategic directive called for in the Marianas. On Guam, on Saipan, on Tinian, the bases have been established. The mission has been accomplished. Now the B-29s take off. Take off for Tokyo. Take off for victory.